Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. This is Cora. This is
Kiara.
yeah. Welcome to Creating a Future We Want, the Our Learning series. We're in a project right now called What is a Garden? 30 Days of Adaptive Action. And we're mid-October right now.
Getting a little chilly.
Yeah.
Got our sweaters.
Yeah, it was cool this morning, wasn't it? It was in the 40s. The water was in the 70s. That was nice. And so we're toward the end of this project right now, or at least a big phase of it. And each day we've been coming into the garden and bringing this question: what is a garden? And with that, bringing some other questions. And Cora, what are those other questions we're bringing?
What? So what? And now what?
Yeah, these are three sort of phases of the iterative cycles of adaptive action. A way that, it's sort of a way that we are using to make sense of the garden, make sense of this question: what is a garden? So today we're going to start out, and we have sort of a different topic each day. Today we're going to have a topic. I'm not actually sure what the topic is. Let's just see what comes out of my mouth right here. It's Cora, does the garden, what does the garden know? What knowledge does the garden have?
The garden knows how to grow from a tiny little seed up to a big, strong, healthy plant. It knows how to intertwine with other things, like the bean plants know how to grab onto things and twist and try to reach as high as they can. And the tall plants know how to grow tall, and they know what they need, and they know how to germinate and everything like that.
Okay, so that's okay. Cora just mentioned the bean plants. I'm curious, what or what knowledge would you say the bean plants have? What else does the bean plant know?
They know how to reproduce and make seeds and drop their seeds so that there are baby plants and more plants that grow and make more babies and more plants grow.
So what causes that knowledge? So what, like, where does this knowledge come from? For instance, a lima bean or a green bean.
From their genes and sort of their instinct, what they are cultivated for. They're cultivated to grow beans that are edible for humans and that we can eat, and that we can keep some of the seeds to plant new plants.
So what influences the knowledge of the bean plant? Let me ask Cora first. Cora, what is something that influences the knowledge of the bean plant? How does the bean plant's knowledge increase ever? Does it, you read something about panthers. Cora's a big fan of big cats, and your knowledge increases. Does that happen with the bean plant? Does the bean plant accumulate knowledge?
Yes.
What would be some example that might come to mind?
Like if they didn't know that wasps help them, or if they didn't know what types of birds were bad.
Oh, that's interesting. So things that happen around the bean plant or to the bean plant would affect the bean plant's knowledge. Kiara, are some other things that influence the knowledge of the lima bean?
Maybe the different types of bugs. Like, if there are bad bugs and they come along and start eating the plants will send like a signal or a bad like tasting something into their leaves that the caterpillar's eating, and the caterpillar won't like the leaves anymore, so they'll leave.
The leaf, that was funny.
The leaf.
So
Leaf.
that is kind of amazing. Thank you for, sharing that knowledge. It almost sounds like I see one of those wasps over here, Cora, that you were talking about. Is the bean plant intelligent? Does it have intelligence? What do you think, Cora? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So why would you say the bean is intelligent?
Well, because it knows the things that it needs to do. So it's intelligent. Like, if a plant wasn't, it would be crazy. So a plant would not be doing what it was supposed to be. It would be maybe not growing tall ever, or it wouldn't be producing leaves or fruit like it was supposed to, or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Flowers.
I love that. So why do you say? So what? So what's it mean that you say what the plant is supposed to do? So what tells the plant what it's supposed to do?
Well,
like produce fruit, you said, or maybe reproduce.
Maybe it's genes, or because you know how we have genes, like from our parents. Maybe the plant's parents had those, so it gave them those. I don't know.
How about you, Kiara? What do you think about that? Like, does the garden have intelligence? Is the garden intelligent?
In some ways, yes, I think. Because, yeah, they know how to grow, they know how to grab onto things, they know how to soak up nutrition and water, and to fight away the bad bugs and animals, and help the good ones. But also, no, I think. Because they don't have, like, the conscious thinking. Like, they can't think of, like, new ideas. They can't think of new ways to do things. They're just like instinct, basically. They don't have the conscious thinking.
It's responding to stimulus. It's not. When you say conscious, could you just say a little more? So what is the meaning of conscious? Yeah. What do you think?
Like, being able to think in ways that are completely different than maybe what a monkey thinks about, or a rabbit. A rabbit thinks, run away from the coyote, and eat the grass, and eat the carrots. It doesn't think, I'm a rabbit, so maybe I should, I don't know, build robots, or cook my food, or something, or build a house.
Should. That's an interesting word. It seems like that might be something that's related to consciousness. If you're thinking about what should happen, or what could happen, or what would happen if.
Yeah. Like most other animals, they just go with their instincts, and like find their way by what's already in their brains, what's already in like their body, instead of just thinking, maybe if I went the shortcut way, I would get from Canada down to the U.S. faster.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, we're trying to keep those Canadian rabbits.
I'm
Out.
talking about more geese,
Oh, geese.
not rabbits.
Okay, here, Cora, do you remember? I'm curious if either of you remember the we talked about 4 fields of knowledge. Do you remember any of the 4 fields of knowledge? Cora, do you remember any before? No. Maybe Kiata says one. Sort of, but maybe Kiata, would you share with us?
Knowledge of yourself,
Mhm.
knowledge of others, knowledge of the world, and knowledge of how others see you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm curious. Does the garden have these 4 fields? Is there an example you could give that the garden has knowledge of itself or knowledge of other? I mean, you can stick with the bean plant.
Yeah, the bean plant, I guess it knows about itself that it is going to make little bean pods.
It has knowledge.
It is going to grow up, and it is going to die. Well, no, maybe not that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
I don't know. You know, we talk about these 4 fields of knowledge. E.F. Schumacher kind of laid them out. I think they're foundational to considering wisdom. You know, it's a requirement. These 4 fields of knowledge is the way that he, positions that as these 4 fields of knowledge are a requirement for wisdom. And I think, does the garden have knowledge of others, knowledge of the world? Is the garden wise? I'm curious. What do you think about that, Cora? Is the garden wise?
Yeah, kind of.
So what causes you to say that? What's your instinct was to say yeah. So what caused you to say?
I don't
No, no, it's your instinct to say that. Any thoughts from you about? Is the garden wise? What would it mean? If you know somebody wise, how do you know a person is wise?
They're very smart, and they have experienced a lot, maybe, and so they've learned from those things.
Okay, little camera malfunction there, a little reset, got too hot. We are at the last question of the day. This is in the adaptive action cycle. We've gone through sort of what is going on, what knowledge is there in the garden, or what is knowledge. We have then talked about so what's the significance of it, what's the importance of it, and then we've done this cycle a few times, and now we're at the now what, the action stage. Now what do we do with this information? Now Cora, what do you do with what we're doing every day? We're accumulating knowledge, intelligence, wisdom. What should you or what would you do with it?
Well, kind of put it together and make it into something good and make it into something better than it is, and use it for good stuff. And
what would you like to make better today than it is right now?
All the Lego sets not be so much money.
She's going to reduce the price of Legos for everyone. Beautiful. Kiata, how about you? Now what would you do with your accumulated knowledge? As you're accumulating it, as you're gathering, increasing your intelligence, becoming more wise, what are you going to do with it? Whether it's today or in your life.
Maybe I'll put my knowledge to use by helping other people and helping the world by, I don't know, helping with climate change, my knowledge about climate change and history, or maybe maybe helping the world, helping other people with their learning, maybe.
Oh, okay. Use your wisdom to to enable other people to gather knowledge and
Yeah.
wisdom. Yeah. Well, that's a wonderful way to close out this conversation. Thank you, gals. That was fun. We had a longer chat today. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want. We got the good goodbye wave there. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.